good, y'all? It's your boy J.Brock, Clapitup LA. I'm right here with my boy DJ Wavy.
What up,
1500 to Nothin official DJ, young California DJ producer. You can also tune into him on Sirius XM Radio on Saturdays from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Hip Hop Nation, that is. And guess what? We're about to get into this good game. DJ Wavy, how you doing today, bro?
I'm blessed, brother.
Okay, now. I'm blessed too, you feel me? So happy to be here today. So happy to get into this good game. So your whole inspiration behind even becoming a DJ came from watching your uncle DJ Dents do his thing. DJ Dents is also the official DJ for the LA Clippers. So y'all make sure when y'all go to a Clipper game, y'all at least rooting for him, because you know we in LA, we really ain't no Clippers fans out here like that. You know what I mean? Anybody here Clipper fans? Y'all some Clipper fans? Y'all okay, bet y'all better not have been, you know what I mean? But anyway, take us back to the very moment that inspired you to become a DJ when you was watching Unc get down and do his thing.
Honestly, at first, all the free shit.
Okay. So you was getting a whole lot of free gear?
Man, my project when I would get home from school, instead of bugging him when he would be asleep, was to open like all the shit from like the record labels and artists and stuff that would send shit to the house. So like demos, and so it would be like vinyls and you know what I'm saying? So I would just go through those, and then on the doubles, if I found like, you know, 2 DJ Quick records, 2 Snoop records, I would just start saving them. And then once I saw him getting down on like the techniques and scratching and mixing, I just seen the reaction from how everybody in the crowd, from the party to a concert, was reacting to him and his energy. So seeing that, I kind of just was like, I don't know, I kind of wanted that, but I didn't, because I didn't really seek attention like that. And so my first time really when I knew was when I went to my first Kappa party. And
them frat parties be.
He snuck me into a Kappa party that actually got shut down, and just from the girls to the drama to, it was just like,
it was drama? What you mean drama?
Oh, this shit got shut down. It was fights. It was a bunch of shit, but it was lit, me being young and not ever seeing no shit like that. I was like, oh, this is lit. Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? And then after that, you know what I mean, I just got more and more into it, started tapping in.
So how old was you when he snuck you into the party?
Shit, I was like 15.
15 years old.
Yeah, I was probably like 15
Yeah,
years
your
old.
mind had to be blown. You know what I'm saying? All them college girls up in there to a young 15-year-old, mind had to be blown for real.
It was going up.
Okay, so you were able to actually watch him get down. Did you ever ask him any questions at that moment, like how you do this, how you do that? Or did you just watch and learn? Because at this point, you weren't quite convinced that you wanted to do it. And like you said, you wasn't trying to really get that type of attention.
Yeah, I mean, I was a shy kid, so even amongst family, I didn't ask too many questions. I just kind of like sat back, watched, listened to the music, and just more so was taking everything in, you know what I'm saying? I didn't really even know that I wanted to DJ. I just knew I liked and loved music. So I started playing instruments, to be specific. I started playing the piano, drums, and then in church, was playing the drums, and then instrumentation was just better to me than actual, you know what I'm saying, DJing and all that. So I was actually playing instruments first, and I thought I wanted to be like a musician as far as, you know what I mean, that route. Miles Davis, Stevie Wonder, I was on that type of vibe as a young child. So the DJing, to be specific, didn't get lit until my 9th grade year, Crenshaw High. DJ Vision, WizKid,
on me,
you know
was
what I'm
going
saying?
Up. On me,
that Mustard, that was like, at that time, that was when it was just like, in my realm, that was when parties was being thrown, the little, you know, teen clubs or whatnot, and them was the hottest dudes in the city. And to this day, you know what I'm saying? But Vision, me and Vision had an early relationship, because I would book him for the basketball games at Crenshaw, you know what I'm saying, or any type of event I can get him to up there, because I just knew he was like the dopest DJ.
Wait, how did you get in the position to book somebody to come up there?
How did I do? I was in ASB before I was in ASB, just being involved with sports, with the basketball team. You know what I'm saying? We got to pick and choose our music, just like with the football team and stuff. Y'all, I was DJing for y'all. You know what I'm saying? At one point. But we at one point we stopped. We was over the mixes. You know what I'm saying? So we was like, let's get a live DJ. And then Vision was like, he was willing to come out and do it. And the first game he did, a lot of people came out. And Crenshaw games was going up regardless. So
history right there.
It was just, you know what I'm saying?
That's history right there. Getting up there with DJ Vision, man. And if you're from LA, You feel me? Unless you young, DJ Vision, DJ Wiz Kid, they used to have the clubs going up, all the Pushing Ink, all that stuff used to really be going up. So initially, you were DJ Ike, okay?
Yeah.
But Rants and Fluff influenced you to change your name to DJ Wavy. And so what you say about the Wavy name, you say the name is much more than just your DJ name. It's an expression of who you are in many different ways. Right. How is Wavy an expression of who you are away from the booth?
Wavy is my energy, it's my style,
okay.
It's my demeanor, it's my attitude. People thought it was the hair, you know what I'm saying? I would get clowned a lot when I wasn't rocking waves, or right now when I'm kind of getting ugly on them, but I think it's more of my brand, you know what I'm saying? Like, Wavy is could be how I'm dressing, it could be how I'm talking, you know what I'm saying? It could be the motherfuckers around me, you know what I mean? But I think it's just not ever one specific definition, you know what I mean? I can find a new definition of myself every day, you know what I'm saying? But it's an energy though, more than anything.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
understood that. And that's another thing too. You know, you make sure that you get a name that matches who you are. There's so many people got a name and it ain't even really who you are. Your name got to match you. You become your name. Your name is your brand. You are your brand. Absolutely. And you take that everywhere with you. So 1500 to Nothing, a musical ensemble. Started out in 06 and the whole squad and growth is legendary. Right. You were in direct connect with 1500 to Nothing, being best friends with Darius, who was also a part of 1500 to Nothing, who was the nephew of Rance. Now in 2015, DJ Wavy is posted on 1500 to Nothing's Instagram and it's captioned The Next Generation. By 2015, how much work had you put into your craft in order to be in that type of position? Because even though you were in direct connect with them, you had to put in some work to even be able to deserve to be recognized like that. So what had you done in order to get to that point?
Well, to be real, well, all that happened was, so when I left, I had some problems at the end of my 12th grade year at Crenshaw, and I got, you know what I'm saying, I couldn't go there no more. And I ended up checking in second semester at Cover, and Darius, that's how me and Darius met. So my big bro Rob is who already knew and was tied in with 1500 to Nothing. And when I left Crenshaw and I met Darius, we ended up finding out that, you know what I'm saying, we all knew the same people, you know what I'm saying, everybody was kind of like one of them situations. When I got with 1500, my big bro Rob is the one who actually like formulated all that and put that together to get that correct. Then that's when Lawrence, Fluff, and everybody, you know what I'm saying, we got it right. So, and that's how, you know, AOD came about. That's how Wavy really came about.
Diamonds, everything. You know
what I'm saying? I got introduced through 1500 with that. And
yeah, we're going to get into that. We're going to get into that. And so, now you started off, now before you actually got to DJ, you know, for any type of crowd, how often did you practice with mixing and then just get on the turntables and just work on it?
I would be doing that shit every night. Like, I ordered, my first setup was, it was an iPad. It was an iPad and some like little baby turntables.
Wait, bro, you had the iPad
funny.
app?
You remember?
You had the iPad
I had
app?
a little, it was like a little DJ app. And I would carry that shit around school.
Yeah.
And I would have headphones on, you feel me? Like, and I would just always be listening to music or doing something in there as far as the equipment wise before I would come to school, because I would do the lunch dances and stuff.
Yeah.
So before I would come to school, nights prior, I would just be, you know, practicing my sets, listening to what music sounds good, kind of listening to what my homies is listening to, listening to what the girls is liking, ultimately, you know what I'm saying? And just freaking that all together and then coming to school the next day and just going. Like, and I always had the best equipment because my uncle, he blessed me with like all the top Serwin Vega subs, but I had the smallest little DJ gear, but I would come and turn shit up. And I was like, I felt awkward at first because I was a little bit taller, you know what I'm saying, at that time.
The homie was like a big baby.
Big chunky little, you know what I'm saying, but you know, I was practicing every day, you know what I'm saying, or at least for sure listening to music every day, knowing what sounds good.
Okay, so do you remember the very first time you actually went on ahead and DJ'd at the school, at a lunch or at a game? You remember that first time?
Yeah.
And how did you go about even getting that opportunity?
So at Crenshaw, Coach Garrett, as you know, Coach Garrett, me and him had a relationship because he used to hear me get down and he used to know me from around the way or whatever in the school and stuff. So he gave me the opportunity to come do the games and stuff. But I was also running cross country, doing things.
You was busy.
Yeah, so I couldn't really commit to it, you know what I'm saying? And then it would kind of be a clash between me leaving basketball practice early, coming to y'all games or coming to the football games or whatnot, and kind of disrupting my situation with the sport. So all that to say, Coach Garrett pretty much threw the lob, and then the ASB teacher, Miss Lopez at the time, was like, I could DJ the homecoming, I think, or no, I think it was Crenshaw Dorsey. It was like some big game. It was Crenshaw Dorsey for sure. It was a Crenshaw Dorsey game, and they actually booked a DJ, but it was an older cat, and he everybody was in the stands, like everybody was going up, whatever. But then this dude was trash. Like everybody was, it just wasn't the vibe. So I just specifically remember getting off the bus from a cross country meet and having my equipment on me, or at least my iPad and stuff. And when I walked on the field to the game, you know, people kind of were shouting out in the crowd like, oh, yo, are you about to DJ? You finna turn it up? And I'm just like, I don't know. So I go tap in with the guy, and he was cool. He was like, hell yeah, hop on. And the first song I played was Rack City. And that was when that shit like first came out, bro.
Rack City.
And I never forget that shit. Everybody was in the it was going up. I went from that, Eastsiders to Tina Marie, like it was just like the young crowd, all the young crowd, you know what I'm saying, everybody that went to school, and then it was like the parents and stuff right next to everybody, and I was just doing this with the music, you know what I'm saying, and then it got so lit that the cops that was working the game came to me and was like, turn that shit off. Like,
what?
Yeah.
That's crazy. They came and killed the vibe.
And DJ Vision was in the crowd that night. It was a lot of people. Y'all was there that night. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just a day I never remember, like I never forget. And that shit just how I felt and the energy from everybody reacting. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, y'all want to do this shit.
Damn, that's crazy. Yeah. That's crazy. All right, so before you step in the booth and do what you love to do, which is, you know, your favorite thing to do is have the total control of the crowd.
Yeah.
Are you ever nervous, or, you know, what are you thinking about before? I mean, you second seeing, bro. You about to walk up the stairs onto the booth. What are you thinking about?
Well, shit, I got really bad anxiety, so like, you know what I'm saying? It's definitely nervousness all the time.
Shaky as hell,
huh? You feel me? But I don't know, once I'm actually in that moment and playing the music and kind of past the bullshit, you know what I'm saying? I'm in a different world, so I just don't really hear now. I'm black out, you know what I mean? Unless somebody's definitely just disrupting my whole little, you know what I'm saying, situation. But I definitely get nervous before every event,
hey, that's
no matter how big or small it is.
A lot of people really don't even really understand that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can get nervous before you about to do something and you'll completely quit and walk away from it. But you got to understand that nervousness, all you got to do is do it. After the first couple of seconds you up there, it all goes away. You know what I'm saying? You at home. So do you typically go into every event with a playlist already prepared? Or do you so to speak, feed off of the vibe that's going on in that situation and play the music that fits accordingly?
I definitely don't go into it with a set playlist. I go into events with maybe certain songs I know I'm gonna specifically play through the night, whether it's once or twice, or you know what I'm saying, if it's a specific artist I'm trying to break that I like, you know, I'll take it upon myself to maybe give them their own little folder to make sure I get to that and get their music played or whatnot. But other than that, no, I'm going off the vibe. I'm going off of, you know, the women, you know what I'm saying? Because each night is different, you know what I mean? The women come in there and, you know, from middle, beginning, end, wherever, you gotta just go off of them. It's not really catered to the dudes.
So the dudes gonna do what they're gonna for sure.
They're gonna vibe off the women. So you know, each night is different. Each event is different. You know, some people come to the club bougie. Some people come wanting to dance as soon as they walk in. So you just gotta be ready. You know what I'm saying, for whatever. And I like the challenge every time. So.
It's a challenge. It's a challenge. That's crazy. That's different. Sure. That's different. Sure. Now, in 2016, you were not only the official DJ for 1500 or Nothin, but also AODs. Now, you know, that's not the average club. You know what I mean? That's top notch right there. You know, so being a young kid, this stuff is happening for you. You young, bro. You know what I'm saying? You ain't no old dude. Now, being able to DJ at AODs, I mean, have you didn't even go before you was able to DJ, huh?
No, I did actually. Like I said, so my big bro, Mr. Rob, he pretty much told, before I even started going there, he used to tell me like all the time, like, bro, I'm gonna get you an AOD, like you gonna be the next. You know what I'm saying? He used to always tell me that, and I knew how big the club was, and I used to just, I knew he wasn't capping as far as what he was telling me, but for me, I'm like, damn, like I'm not ready for that, like I don't even know, you know what I mean? So it was just a random ass day where he just was like, you ready? Like, I got you, you know what I'm saying? And then I think I was already, I was already tapped in with charisma too.
Okay.
I had just started messing with Young California, and then randomly Rob called me and was like, you know, you booked this Monday, you gonna open, and it was horrible.
Wait,
bro.
It was horrible, nigga. What happened?
Bro, so like I had like all my music ready. I'm not ever worried about the music. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you know me, anybody could DJ if you know music. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. But nigga, I went in there, and the stage, just from the equipment, I'm used to using NS7s and shit. You know what I'm saying? Little controllers or whatnot starting off. So I bring my controller to the club.
Damn.
So they looking at me like, you can't bring that big ass shit in here. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I had to go back to my car, put my equipment back in my car, and come in. I have no idea how to use none of the shit, right? So the sound guy plugs me up or whatever. The club's about to open in like 15 minutes. They're thinking I'm just about to be able to come in and be ready. You feel me? I'm in there shitting bricks. So the music going, I finally get it to where it's like working for me. And at the time, I'm such a young rookie little DJ. I'm not understanding how Serato works, updates, and you know what I'm saying, certain little technical things. Serato is what we use to DJ on the program, but there's so many little technical things you kind of need to know to make it work and to have it going in the club. So I didn't know none of that shit, and the music was going, and I'm thinking, since I hear the music going, I'm green. I started trying to mix, bring in other songs and shit, and the music kept cutting off. It kept, like, it was bad, bro, all that to say. And so the manager at the time who was running the joint, her name was Molly, and she was not happy with me. Like, she was like, it was just bad. We had some words. So then big bro, he set it up again. Like, you feel me? Ain't nobody gonna tell him shit. So I'm back in there again next week.
Damn. So you gotta have people like that in your life. Like, you gotta have people
I'm back in there next week. He just like, champ, like, just, you good. Like, do it again. We're gonna get it right. And I'm blaming my computer, because it ended up being my computer. So I get a new computer, come back in there, get it going. It happens again.
Damn.
Music keeps cutting off. So at this point, I'm like, it's not my shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not me. Like, everything is up to date. Shout out to Molly though. You know what I'm saying? I love Molly to death. She went to Playhouse and got Playhouse cracking and shit. But after those 3 or 4 little humps, after that it was over. Like,
damn. Hey yo, we gotta clap it up to that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? The homie could have gave up. I mean, for the first time, he went up there and embarrassed himself. But he went back and he kept going, and now look at him. So 1500 to Nothin allowed you to be who you are as an artist, producer, and DJ. And that's what you said that you loved about being with them.
Right.
Have you ever saw or been through a situation yourself to where you felt that you didn't really have that kind of freedom?
As far as with them?
I mean, just as far as DJing at all. Because you said, I mean, because with 1500 to Nothin, you get all that. But you've done things outside of 1500 to Nothin. Have you ever felt like that?
Well, you know, being blessed with the opportunity to be with 1500 to Nothin, you know, that respect, entering a building of anywhere, conducting business, you know, you're treated differently. You know what I'm saying? Just with the resume alone, with what they've done. You know what I'm saying? And being a part of a committee, a crew, whatever you want to call it, like that, it's for people to know the history on 1500, on Rants, on Fluff. You know what I'm saying? You can go on and on. I just feel like people are not gonna treat you like no sucker, or they not gonna conduct business. You know, they kind of know how to approach you. So I feel like I've never really been in that situation, because, or if I have, I've checked it, because, you know what I'm saying, I'm my own boss at the end of the day. So, you know what I'm saying, I'm not gonna allow nobody to treat me how I don't want to be treated. You feel me? So
like Nip said, that's disrespectful.
Yeah, like, I don't, you know what I'm saying, and not react. I'm still learning this shit right now, so don't, you know what I'm saying, don't think I'm a saint, but trying to not react off emotions, because it has been situations where I may have felt disrespected or not treated a certain way how I'm used to, and I may have lost my cool, or you know what I'm saying, conducted business the wrong way in my end, you know what I'm saying, and that's what I'm trying to fix and correct. You feel me? So that's all that is.
I mean, well, you know, you learn with experience.
Yeah,
you feel what I'm
absolutely.
saying? You definitely learn with experience. Sometimes you gotta fall and bump your head for you really to get it.
Straight up.
Okay, now, so you have been on some huge stages for a plethora of events, DJing for 50 Cent, Diddy, RJ, Floyd Mayweather, Joe Moses, Ty Dolla $ign. I mean, the list go on. Do you remember thinking back on your beginnings, the first time you thought to yourself, I'm DJing at my first big event, which had to be this AOD situation? Okay, now specifically talking about an event of such, like, you know what I'm saying, 50 Cent, the Floyd Mayweather birthday party. You ever remember that thought process?
I mean, it was at that point in that time being like it was kind of like regular for me at that time. I was used to it. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And I'm never starstruck. Like I'm, you know what I'm saying? I've been at a young age been around celebrities, and even still, just I think everybody from LA, we used to seeing celebs. That's just regular. You know what I'm saying? We got celebs in our own little communities type thing. So I've never been like, oh my God, it's such and such. So my demeanor and my energy has always just been cool and approachable to where artists are not gonna feel no type of way. So me going into AOD, you know, dealing with these artists and DJing for them, it's just communication. Okay. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing like nervous about that shit.
I get that.
They just people.
Now, how do you feel about coming across so many celebrities, and how serious have you gotten with the networking aspect of things?
It's a lot of cap out here.
Okay, I've heard that before.
You know what I'm saying? Heard that. That's why I just, you know, niggas just shake your hand and develop relationships or say shit, you know what I'm saying, and politics, certain situations, and then things won't happen the way you may think or what people don't spoke on. So I've learned to, I think, just let things happen and let God, you know what I'm saying, just kind of formulate and let things happen when it happen or when it's supposed to happen.
Okay,
you know what I'm
I
saying?
definitely understand that. I definitely understand that. Now, from AOD to Ballet, Detox Party, Crazy Girls, Playhouse, like you've traveled to New Orleans and did for the Essence Festival, After Dark at the Essence Festival.
Yeah.
And it's one thing to do what you love to do and do it locally, but it's another thing to be able to be blessed enough to travel state to state and do it on another level. How thankful are you to be able to travel and do what you love?
I'm blessed, bro. I'm really, really thankful. I think it's God, bro. I'm not huge religious, you know what I'm saying? But I think I've noticed with just my spirituality and what I'm tapped into and my energy, I just think if I'm around positivity, you know what I'm saying, then that's all I need to be around right now. You know what I mean? And anything else is just kind of like behind me, because if I go into that realm of allowing negativity anywhere in my space, it's just gonna fuck me up. And I think I have a bigger vision and dream. So I think I'm just really, really thankful that I could wake up every day, do what I do, see the people I see, be around the people I be around, and you know what I'm saying, looking forward to just that next elevation in my career. I feel that.
Okay, so you've done a lot of events with DJ Charisma, who was also one of your top 5 influences. How much of a help has she been to you, and what is it like actually working with DJ Charisma?
First and foremost, it's wonderful. Shout out to Charisma. She's helped me extremely with my career. When she first put me on Young California, she was just straight up from the jump, you know what I'm saying, honest. You know what I mean? And she don't tolerate no bullshit. She's very strict, firm. She done got on my ass several times about stuff, and she's still teaching me to this day how to work hard and not make excuses, and you know what I'm saying, just really just do it. And her being a single mom, you know what I'm saying, like I look up to her for sure, because I grew up with a single mom, you know what I'm saying. And after my mom passed, Charisma was definitely a huge female influence on my life, you know what I'm saying, as far as, because I was still young, you know what I'm saying, so she, you know, just even if it's advice, you know what I'm saying, or just a ear to listen, you know what I mean, she's definitely enhanced my career and me growing up as a young man out here, you know what I'm saying. So
okay, that's dope. Shout out to Charisma. We're gonna clap it up for Charisma on that. Keep doing your thing. Now, you are also a producer, and Ransom 1500 or Nothin, who was a super producer himself, one of your biggest influences, is who you were blessed to grow into the business with. Yeah. Now, what are some of the things you've learned from him that has helped you elevate in your producer bag?
Again, hard work, dedication, loyalty, determination, and just he's very creative. Rance, he kind of has no. I don't really see him sleep. I've never really seen him sleep. I maybe seen him sleep once at his house, but you know, he'll pop right back up, either making a beat or going on to the next session or whatnot. But he's taught me a lot as far as just even the energy that's around me. You know what I'm saying? When him and Nick will work together and their sessions and I'm going into something like that, it was just different energy. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you don't have too many people that work as hard as he does and as far as helping as many people as he does, or putting people in situations, you know what I'm saying? He's definitely been a big help and positive influence in my life, and just teaching me the game. You know what I'm saying? And also mainly like the shit is just not handed to you.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he's just teaching us how to work and stay on the grind, and you know what I mean, not really trip off the money. You know what I'm saying? So
Understood. Now, did producing, was that something that grew onto you, or was that something that you felt that you wanted to do beforehand?
I always wanted to produce, but I mean, producing, a lot of people get that misconstrued because people think producing is just strictly making beats, or you know what I'm saying, or just playing something. But I think once I realized I had a voice to you know, either help artists or a musician, you know what I'm saying? Because not every musician has rhythm, or you know what I'm saying, necessarily knows keys, cadence, whatnot. And once I realized I had a voice to help, and once I started DJing and learning BPMs and tempos and hearing different sounds and stuff, I realized that I could do it myself, you know what I'm saying? So producing is just, you know, not just making beats, it's also just having a ear for music, maybe telling an artist simply, don't say this, don't say it like this, or maybe say it like this in a sense. So
Just being able to lead.
yeah, like, you feel me, a leader, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
So,
now what type of producer, what type of vibe do you want to bring when you making music?
ideally, I want to make music that's gonna like live forever. Like I'm not really the type to pull up on a session or have a session where it's just like we just making shit just to make it. I'm not really with that. I'm looking at longevity, you know what I'm saying? If a record is gonna stick, and if it's gonna simply make people feel good, and if that's the best that I can get out of the artist, you know what I'm saying, is as long as that artist is giving me 110% or giving himself, like fuck what I'm talking about, but giving himself 110% in that booth, whether it's how they sounding or the quality of music that they're putting out. You know what I'm saying? If they feel it's 100, then cool. But if I just don't feel that vibe, I'm gonna try my best to guide the artist, or even myself, my team, to make whatever quality of music or production come out A1. You know what I'm saying? So
got you.
it can live forever.
Got you. That's the key right there, longevity. Now you've put together 3 projects on SoundCloud. Your Crenshaw on Sundays, which is a mixture of old and new rap songs. Where Your Money At by Nip, Snoop Dogg Ups and Downs, Dr. Dre Ring Ding Dong. Okay, you got your Summer Situation 2019 featuring all the hottest songs in 2019, and your Summer 2020 mix. What's your thought process when you put these mixes together?
Honestly, whatever I'm feeling at the time or that day, I wake up and I just do it. Those specifically, the summer mix was like literally like people was asking me to just drop something. You know what I'm saying? People was at parties or at pool parties and stuff, and they wanted my mixes. You know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't being able to be booked everywhere, so I dropped that simply for that. And then the old school mix, I wanted to bless, you know what I'm saying, the Crenshaw community, my lowrider community, you know what I'm saying, car club community, to just be able to pop something in the stereo without having to necessarily listen to the radio, listen to commercials, but to have that vibe, you know, Crenshaw on Sundays, is a different situation. So I wanted a mix long enough and vibey enough with dedicated to each culture, old and new, young, or whatever, that people could just enjoy, you know what I'm saying, and embrace. And even with the album cover, the artwork, Nate Dogg, you know what I'm saying, Corrupt, like I just feel like that was something that people from LA can attest to and relate to.
Definitely on all stages. Now Nipsey Hussle, RP to the great, is also one of your biggest influences. What was it like actually sitting in a studio session with him, Ali Rance, everybody going in, putting their great minds together, like you said, those creative juices? What were those vibes like?
It was, I don't even have words, legendary. Shit, Nip, just the way he worked and the way I just seen him move it was mind blowing, you know what I'm saying? And it taught me a lot. He taught me, you know what I'm saying, the one thing he told me to learn, and I regret still to this day not fully learning, is how to play chess. He told me and Darius one day, like, learn the game of chess, you know what I'm saying? And then that's, you know what I'm saying, that's the way life is. You know how to move, you know what I mean? Because I always used to commend on how he moved, whether it was who he had in the studio, how many people, you know what I'm saying, the energy, you know what I'm saying, what he was drinking, what he was eating, like everything. It just made sense. So that allowed me to open my mind to get more creative, feel more comfortable, to be more creative with myself, to have more ideas. And when Nip introduced me to VIP, his DJ, that relationship with seeing how VIP and Nip's relationship was, it taught me a lot on touring and how to develop an artist and to work with an artist like Nip. And you know what I'm saying, it was big. He was always into helping and, you know, meet this person, go introduce yourself to this person, and networking and stuff like that. So, and Ali and Rance, Mike and Keys, like it was just a talented group of individuals always. You know what I'm saying? And it was just a dope session every time I went. You can't even, whether they was cooking up or having a simple conversation. You know what I'm saying? So, it was cool.
Okay, well, y'all heard it. You know what I'm saying? It's Clap It Up LA. It's my boy, DJ Wavy. Y'all make sure y'all tap into DJ Wavy on Sirius XM Radio.
Hell yeah.
Hip Hop Nation from 9 to 11 p.m. on Saturdays. You gonna drop some more mixes on us? You got any projects coming out?
I'm definitely in the low key works of a project, maybe giving y'all some singles very, very soon. You know what I'm saying? I got a couple specific artists that I'm working with right now. You know what I'm saying? A young shooter out of the Crenshaw district. You know what I'm saying? Brian Hurst, baby.
Shout out, shoot.
You know what I mean? I got a couple different lanes that I'm trying to tap into, like the EDM world. You know what I'm saying? Working with a different set of producers, Legacy Beats, you know what I'm saying? Darius, of course, 1500. Shout out my boy Casey Khalil. You know, I've been working side by side with him. He's been teaching me a lot too, because I'm actually about to be getting more and making beats and getting my production out more too. So I got a lot of different things lined up, but very, very soon you'll be hearing some singles. Me and Cypress Marino. Shout out to Cypress.
Shout out Cypress.
Charisma, hopefully me and her get something going in soon. But I'm about to be blessing the streets with some music though, and visuals and stuff. And I got the my new show finna drop called That's So Wavy in the Wave Cave. You got the first little glimpse of the Wave Cave today. So
y'all dropping like with a YouTube show?
Kind, you know, we're gonna keep that on the hush for right now. But you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a little dope, little visual, little show I'm gonna be having dropping really soon. So you know what I'm saying? I look forward to that. And everybody just, you know what I'm saying, tap in with me, follow me, DJ Wavy 1500, Twitter, all lines of communication, everything. So but I appreciate you though, bro.
You already know, we're gonna clap it up right there.
Clap it up,
Make sure y'all tune in.
Yep, Wavy.